Halo guys, balik lagi bersama saya Feni Primoge. Kali ini aku bakalan lanjutin perjalanan Alan Wake demi membasmi elemen-elemen gelap yang mengganggu dia dan juga rekan-rekan dekatnya, seperti itu. Oke, kita langsung aja mainin Alan Wake ini. Jadi kemarin itu kita sudah melalui waktu, cuma dibawa kembali lagi ke tempat awal kita mulai game ini gitu.
Its top littered with man-made eyes that stare into the endless depths of space. Tonight, the champion of light will depend on them to pick out a message from the ether.
Nah, pada part keempat ini Alan Wake ngulangin lagi perjalanannya dia ke Red Tooth. Yang di part sebelumnya dia udah ke motel juga, udah berusaha ngejaga dan memaksimalin penjagaannya dia terhadap Emma, tapi ternyata tetap saja garis waktu tidak bisa diganggu gugat, jadi bakalan sama gitu hasilnya. Nah, kali ini kita di Red Tooth, pasti nanti bakalan masuk ke dalam.
The man remembers the patterns. He knows that he needs the missing part for the telescope.
I better find Dr. Meadows' car.
Nah, ini lampunya diganti dong. Langkah-langkahnya dia sama banget sih. Cuma bedanya ada manuskrip yang di tempat di cerita sebelumnya itu nggak ada, di sini ada. Keren banget sih Anda. Lumayan gampang sih nyari manuskripnya. Kalau udah tahu di map itu ada tanda tanya, berarti di situ adalah manuskrip gitu. Allah. Apa sih? Mana sih? Oh iya, guys. Udahlah, ngambil dulu. Loh, kok pasti sendiri? Oh enggak deh, itu belum tewas ternyata. One shot one kill. Oke, kita keliling dulu sambil nyari manuskrip ya kan. Itu ada healing. Sini ada box, apakah udah bisa dibuka? 15 ini udah ditutup sih. Oh, sniper. Ini udah ya. Ambil deh. Ayo sih. Kita pakai itu. Kok nggak ambil? Oke, kita pakai sniper gimana? Ya, sama aja sih, cuma nggak tahu sih dimana. Apa ini? Sekarang ambil ini dulu. Tempatnya dipikir tebing juga, aduh. Di sini ngambil alat yang katanya sih mahal gitu loh. Tanpa alat ini gedung segede itu nggak bakalan bisa. Anjir, naik lagi dong. Usahain terus sih. Pakai sniper nggak enak banget dong. Tepat banget. Oke, kita ambil dulu manuskripnya. Mending pakai ini aja lah daripada pakai yang itu. Bentar, harusnya cukup 30. Kita tentukan tadi ya. Kita coba sebelah sana, siapa tahu ada manuskrip juga di situ. Jadi kalian bisa tahu di situ juga ada manuskrip. Nah kan ternyata ada. Mana ini ada, aduh 40 dong, 40. Apakah nanti aku bakalan ngelup lagi ya ceritanya? Soalnya sih ini masih kurang banget gitu nih. Kalau mau masuk ke 40 manuskrip, ini aja masih 29, tambahin ini 30, masih 30 manuskrip dan kurang 10 lagi. Kalau harus ngelup lagi sih sama aja kayak kita main ngulang lagi dari awal ya. Ya udahlah, diikutin aja. Kayak aku tadi lari ke sana ya. Ya Allah, muter-muter ternyata. Yes.
It's you! How dare you! No, wait. It isn't you, is it? I suppose you'd better come in. I'll unlock the door.
Oke,
Thanks.
terima kasih. Kita pakai pistol aja, revolver lebih tepatnya. Ambil ini. Sudah habis.
You'll have to forgive me, but this feels very strange. It seems like this has all happened before.
I have the
Yeah,
replacement
memang.
part for your telescope, Doctor.
All right. Let's get it installed.
Oh, langsung dipasang. Kirain harus naik dulu. Jadi dia itu kan karena udah melewati waktu ini ya. Jadi dia udah tahu gitu apa yang bakal terjadi setelah ini. Jadi dia udah
I
siap-siap.
think we can give this a go, although I have this strange feeling that something will
Don't
go
start
wrong.
it up yet. There's a problem with the coolant system.
Yes, that's right. I remember. Alright, let me think. If they're sabotaging it, they'll be at the primary coolant pipe outside. If you can secure it, we should be ready to pick up the signal. That is why you're here, isn't it?
Yes,
Yep.
it is. I'll take care of it.
Before you go, if you have the time, I'd appreciate if you came up here and explained a few things. All of this is very strange to me.
Oke. Kita ngobrol dulu dah. Kayaknya sih ngobrol dulu aja. Biar tahu apa yang diobrolin. Oke, kayaknya sih sama aja yang diobrolin kan. Tapi who knows?
Hello.
I don't quite know what's going on, but I seem to remember having had this encounter before.
It's not deja vu, Doctor. This has happened before. We're caught in a time loop.
That's utterly insane. How could that be?
I can't really explain it. I suppose I could call it magic.
I don't believe in magic.
Neither do I, but I can't argue with what I've experienced. Listen, what matters now is the signal. The last time we only caught a part of it. I need the rest of it. Whether you believe me or not, you want to look into this as much as I do, right?
Yes. All right.
I realize that you have trouble believing this.
That's an understatement. I can't deny that what you say resonates with me on some level I don't pretend to understand. But for all I know, I'm simply delusional.
But it's not just you. I've experienced the same thing as you. Doesn't that prove something, at least?
Maybe. On the other hand, given your appearance and the fact that you're trying to convince me that I'm not insane, perhaps you're merely a hallucination that accompanies my delusions.
You're not having a psychotic episode, Doctor. For what it's worth, I'm a skeptic by nature. I completely understand your reluctance to believe me.
There are people caught so deep in their psychosis that they retroactively manufacture memories and beliefs that conform to the situation at hand.
Sure, but you have to stop second-guessing yourself at some point, if you want to get something done.
Oke. Ya intinya dokternya itu profesornya dia nggak percaya sih kalau ini akan terjadi atau ini akan terjadi gitu. Dia juga nggak percaya sama sesuatu yang namanya magic. Tapi ya kenyataannya emang bener kayak gini jadinya gitu. Ya nggak bisa dipungkiri juga. Jadi ya udah. Di awal kita harus nyari 3 pipa. Tapi di sini karena si Alan sudah tahu dan udah pernah ngejalani tempat ini, melewati tempat ini sebelumnya, jadi dia langsung mempersingkat cerita di sini biar juga apa ya, lebih cepat menyelesaikan masalah yang disebabkan oleh kehadiran eksistensi kegelapan itu. Nggak tahu sih aku nyebutnya apa. Emang nggak jelas sih, dia seperti iblis, cuma dia nggak berbentuk seperti iblis. Wah anjir, kena temannya sendiri dong. Dia nggak bisa tembus.
These beams hate the light, am I correct? You should be able to turn on the lights and secure the area that way.
Doctor, can you hear me?
Okay.
I think we're good to go.
All right, I'll start looking for the signal. Please, head back.
Lah, Nah, kalau ini dia beda sih timelinenya. Waduh. Ya. Satu.
I guess they didn't like that.
Ternyata sudah diantisipasi juga gitu ya sama sesuatu yang gelap ini. Jadi kita nggak bisa kesini cuy. Nggak bisa kesini kan enak lebih dekat gitu. Kita harus kesini terus nemuin dokter Meadow. Oh,
That mountain's trying to kill me.
ngeri bos. Aduh, nggak bisa dihindari. Aduh. Hampir mati dong. Oke gitu cuy. Nggak bisa slow motion ya kalau menghindari. Aduh, hancur. Hancur lagi. Wah, ini jadi mulai serius nih. Allah Akbar. Oke, tewas semuanya. Tidak tersisa. Tapi lumayan banget ya, ngebuang banyak banget nih sediaan. Buka dong. Dah, nanggung cuy kalau gak dibunuh. Apa bisa?
It's working. Please, come up here.
Bisa cuy. Kayaknya bakal rusak lagi. Bentar. Seluruhnya tinggal dikit. Dok. Lihat bintang-bintang.
You find the signal?
Yes, I don't think it's quite the same thing we had the last time. Still, we're definitely picking it up.
Are we getting the complete signal now?
I'm afraid not. Take a look at it yourself. I'm printing out a hard copy now. I'd like to ask you a question or two before that, though, if you don't mind.
What's on your mind, Doctor?
Most people would find these events extremely disturbing, provided that they survive these creatures, that is. You seem to be quite adept at dealing with the situation. Why is that?
Yes, I was involved in... It's a complex story. I was in this small town, and a horrible thing from another dimension kidnapped my wife and manipulated me into writing this horror story that came true. I learned to fight it with light, and I managed to contain it and free my wife, but I was trapped in its world.
Are you serious?
Absolutely. So, I'm used to reality working in strange or even impossible ways. And I fought these things, not exactly like this, but close enough for a good while now. Of course, I have certain advantages.
Nah, kayak gitu cerita aslinya.
Was there anything else?
What did you mean when you said you have advantages?
At the risk of sounding like a lunatic, Reality is much more fluid than people think. It can be influenced.
I didn't take you for a mystic.
I'm not. I'm a writer. And under certain conditions, I can, for lack of a better word, rewrite reality. Change things.
That's absurd.
But it works.
Assuming I believe this, why don't you simply, I don't know, write yourself some superpowers?
It's not quite that simple. You need to follow certain laws of drama, I suppose. You need to think about consistency and symbolism. Often what you write isn't anywhere near as important as what you imply. There are things out there that will take advantage of your mistakes.
You really believe in this?
Don't look at me like that. You've experienced some of this yourself.
I will gladly admit that something exceedingly strange is going on. But this idea that you're somehow altering reality with your writing is ridiculous. You're essentially saying you're controlling my actions. Leaving aside the rational arguments against this, what gives you the right?
Well, it's more like having a destiny. A path you're on. You're not aware of it, but there it is. If somebody changes it, what difference does it make? It's what every writer does. If you write something that affects one of the characters, they don't really know about that.
I'm not a character. Are you saying that it's all right to take advantage of someone if they aren't aware of it?
Look, all I meant was that if you're genuinely making all your own decisions, and those decisions lead to whatever destiny you have, what practical difference does it make?
I suppose that depends on whether our destinies are determined by things like physics and probabilities, or natural reality, which is presumably neutral and impartial, or by some kind of an intelligence. If it's the latter, that intelligence makes choices based on some criteria. If we suffer as a result of those choices, there's a moral and ethical element involved, regardless of whether we're aware of its manipulations. Wouldn't you agree?
You're taking this very well. I thought you'd be hangry.
I suppose I would be if I thought you could actually do this.
Lawan ilmuwan. Gila
Another
penjelasannya.
printout. Another signal fragment. The message is still not complete, but it's another piece of the weapon he has built against his adversary. Mere words on a piece of paper, but in the right hands, they will hold back the darkness.
Oke, selesai di Red Tooth Mount Observatory ya. Kita sekarang bakal menuju ke theater drive-in.
The last time the man
theater.
came to the drive-in, it did not end well. He hopes to avoid that fate this time. He hopes that what he has brought with him to this place is enough.
Oke, terakhir kali Alan Wake kesini itu tidak berjalan secara baik, dan kali ini Alan Wake bakal mencoba untuk nggak mengulangi kesalahan itu lagi gitu. Dan tapi bakalan aku lanjutin ini di part kelima, oke? Jadi kalian tetap stay tune, nonton terus, jangan di skip karena semua Walktrough-nya bakalan ada di sini. Kalian bakalan tahu jalan ceritanya kayak gimana, dan juga jangan lupa like, subscribe, dan juga share ya teman-teman, biar teman kalian juga bisa nonton ini. Ini ceritanya cukup menarik sebenarnya. Kalau ini udah tamat, mungkin aku bakalan bikin ceritanya Alan Wake yang pertama, yang mana itu asal mula semua yang terjadi gitu. Jadi dari istrinya yang diculik, dari yang dia dimanipulasi segala macam, udah pokok ribet dah pokok, dan tapi lebih seru sumpah. Lebih banyak variasi senjata, lebih banyak variasi center, lebih banyak variasi musuh dan juga tantangan. Jadi tetap stay tune aja lah pokok ininya ya. Oke, cukup sampai di sini dan sampai jumpa.